So good day, my dear students. So because of the inclement weather, still we don't have classes. So that's why I record a video lesson so that it will not, although we don't have classes, at least you have this video lesson so you can watch and understand our lesson. Okay, so now let me discuss to you the another lesson, the fiction versus non-fiction. So last time we discussed about the literary genres of the 21st century literature. So now we will proceed with the fiction versus non-fiction. I know that almost all of you are know the difference between this fiction and non-fiction. But then again, let us discuss it one by one. So first, let's have the fiction. So what is fiction? So it refers to any imaginative fact and idea of life. The characters and settings are purely works of the author's mind and may or may not happen in real life. Okay, so for you to easily understand what is fiction, all you need to remember is when we say fiction, this is the product or the work of the imagination of the author. So this is not real because of the imagination of the readers, of the writers rather. He come up with this product, and that is called fiction. Okay, the best example for fictions are novel, short stories. Okay, next, let us proceed with the nonfiction. What is nonfiction? So nonfiction is based on facts and the author's opinion about a subject. The purpose of nonfiction writing is to inform and sometimes to persuade. So, for nonfiction, all you need to remember is this is a real, okay? This is real, this is based on facts. Or it could be about the author's opinion, but that opinion is real also, okay? So, what is the best example for nonfiction? It could be the journal, okay? Next, so under this nonfiction and fiction, so we will proceed now with the illustrated novel. So this is one of the example also of the genres. Okay, so what is illustrated novel? So illustrated novel is the term refers to extended narrative with multiple images. So as you can see here, so we have here the extended narrative with multiple images. So in illustrated novel, you can see a lot of okay, a lot of story or writings, but then again, there are multiple images. So this is the combination of two. Okay, we have the writings and we also have the images. So together with the text can produce meaning. Okay, so let's have the features of illustrated novel. First one is story through text and illustrated images. So just like what I have mentioned earlier, so it is a combination of text and images. Next, 50% of the narrative is presented without words. Okay, so usually the illustrated novel composed of 50% are images or drawings, followed by the reader must interpret the images to comprehend the story completely. Sometimes kasi, okay, sometimes the illustrated novel doesn't have any text at all. So what you are to do as a reader is to interpret what is the images all about or what is the images tries to say. Okay, next, textual portions are presented in traditional form. Then some illustrated novels may contain no text at all. So just like what I have said, sometimes no text at all, only images. Okay? And lastly, it span all genres. So illustrated novels can be used in any genres. It could be for horror, for love story. Okay. Next, here are the examples of illustrated novels. So as you can see, this illustrated novels doesn't have any text at all. So only images. So that is the invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Shelnick. Okay. We also have this one. So if you try to look with the images, what have you observed? So it has something to do with the some of the students tell me that it's all about a Titanic, something like that, or it could be a Spanish era, isn't it? Based on the picture. So sometimes illustrated novel doesn't have any text at all. So as a reader, you are the one who will interpret the images. Okay? So that is The Arrival by Sean Ton. Okay. Next is digifiction. So digifiction is the term for digital fiction. So pinaikli lang po siya. Okay, so digital fiction, it could be called as DG fiction, but this is also known as electronic literature. Take note of that. It is written, okay, electronic literature. Please take note of that, my dear students. So it is written for and read from a computer. So that's why it is called digital. So you have to use computers, okay? And uses the capabilities of the computer for literary effect. Okay. Next, what are the features of digifiction? So it is known as the triple media literature. Why? Because it combines three media. So what are those media? Book, movie, and video, and lastly is the internet website. It means that digifiction is not only limited for book. It is not only limited for movie or for video, but you can also access this through internet website. That's why it is called as triple media literature. Another feature is that to get the full story, student must engage in navigation, reading, and viewing in all three forms. Okay. So here are the examples of digifiction. So the Skeleton Creek. So all six books now in paperback plus the omnibus book one to four in one volume. And this is the example of digifiction. Another level 26. Okay. Next, proceed tayo with the graphic novel. What is this graphic novel all about? So these are literary novels that usually presented in comic form. We all know what is comic or what is comics, isn't it? So that is an images wherein there is a dialogue box. Okay, so that is what we call graphic novel. Now, what are the terms or what are the features of this graphic novel? First, narrative work in which the story is conveyed to the reader using the comic form. Okay, so it seems like a comics. The term is employed in broadly manner, encompassing non-fiction works and thematically linked short story as well as fictional stories across the number of genres. Okay, so here are the examples of graphic novel. So we have Archie the comics. Okay, I don't know if you are familiar with that novel or with that graphic novel. Then let us proceed with the manga. I know that all of you are familiar with this term, the manga. What is this manga all about? So, manga is the overall term used for a large range of graphic novels. So, a while ago we discussed what graphic novel is. But then again, we have also manga. Uh, for you to easy understand what is the difference between manga and graphic novel. So the graphic novel is the term used in the Philippines, while manga are those comics that is generally used for a graphic novels that is originated in Japan. Okay, those are comics coming from Japan. So here are the features of manga. This is the Japanese word for comics. Please take note of that. Manga, it means Japanese word comics. So it is used in the English-speaking world as a generic term for all comics books and graphic novels originally published in Japan. Next, considered as an artistic and storytelling style. Yes. So I know you are all familiar with this, the Naruto, the Bleach, the One Piece. Okay. We also have this one, the Sailor Moon. Next, we have also this one. What is this? The Shinen men's manga or si Akira. Okay. We also have this for children, the Doraemon and the Hello Kitty, the children's manga. Okay. Now, let us proceed with the doodle fiction. What is this doodle fiction? So, doodle fiction is the literary presentation where the author incorporates doodle writing, drawings, and handwritten graphics in place of the traditional font. So, um, in traditional form, mga anak, we use only writings or the text itself. But here in doodle fiction, it incorporates writing. It could have also the drawings. And the writings there is seems like the traditional form. Para ka lang nagsusulat. Okay? Yung sulat niya, kumbaga yung font style is very basic. That is doodle fiction. So the features are drawing enhances the story. Yes, because drawing can also add information, isn't it? Sometimes learners are also a visual learners. So we should have the drawing, we should have the images for us to easy understand what is this text all about. So through the use of images or the drawings, we could understand the story. Okay? And also, the graphics were handwritten, a place a traditional font. Ayan. And then, more text-heavy than manga and graphic novels, and closer to frost fiction than comics in format. Although this doodle fiction is somewhat related with manga and graphic novels because it composed also drawings and text. However, the text, okay, the text in doodle fiction is more heavy. It means mas madami po yung writings, okay? Mas madami yung writings in doodle fiction as we compared to manga and graphic novels. Because in graphic novels, parang 50-50 sila, isn't it? Okay. Next, samples of doodle fiction. So, the Wimpy Kid or the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Next, yan, another example, The Teamy Failure by Stefan Fastis. Okay. Next, proceed tayo with the text talk novels. What is this text talk novels? So, a type of fiction, okay, in which the story was told through dialogues in the social network. The information about the whole work can be read at the websites and exchanged by using chat or any. Now, a text novel is a novel where the story is primarily conveyed through the style of online communication. So it seems like you are exchanging a text or a chat that is primarily considered in text talk novels. Okay, so the online communication such as text box or chat logs. That is an example. Okay, what are the features of this text talk novel? So blogs, email, and instant messaging format narrative. So although this is a story or you can read the text of novel on a book, but the features of this is like a chatting. Okay, it seems like a messenger. So the exchanging of text or chat. Okay. Next, stories told almost entirely in dialogues, simulating social network exchange. So here are the example of sample of text talk novel. So as you can see, That is a book, but then again, if you try to read it, it seems like you are looking to a messenger because it uses a dialogue box. Okay? Next, chicklet. Yan. What is this chicklet? So chicklet is a genre fiction which addresses the issues of modern womanhood, often humorously and light-heartedly. So when we say chicklet, it focuses only on women. Okay? So all the stories talks about the girl or the women itself. Now, what is this picture? So chicklet typically features a female protagonist whose femininity is heavily thermalizing in the plot. Okay, so here are the example of chicklet. So The Night Before Christmas by Scarlett Viles. We also have It Started with a Kiss by Miranda Dickinson. So those are novels or stories that focuses on female protagonists. Next, flash fiction. What is this flash fiction? A flash fiction is the story sometimes called a short or nanofiction. Take note of this, my dear student. When we say flash fiction, this is a short or nanofiction because it is one that has a complete plot in under 1,000 to 1,500 words. It means this story is very short because it only composed of 1,500 words, and that is called fiction, flash fiction. That's why it is also known as nanofiction. When we say nano, it means small. Okay, so features. One is it is a style of fictional literature of extreme brevity. What do we mean by brevity? When we say brevity, concise. That's why if we try to count the number of words, it only composed of 100 to 1,500 words. Okay, it could be thousand only. So there is no wide accepted definition of the length and category, but it could range from word to 1,000. Okay. Next, let's have the creative nonfiction. What is this? So this is a genre of writing that uses literary styles and techniques to create factually accurate narratives. So maybe you are somewhat confused because creative nonfiction. When we say nonfiction, this is real. But why there is a word creative? Because creative can be used in nonfiction and in fiction, isn't it? Because that is a work of imagination. You have to be creative to have the uh this imagination or for you to have this fiction. Now, why is this? It is called creative nonfiction. Okay, so because it contrasts with other nonfiction such as technical writing or journalism, which is also rooted in accurate fact but it is not primarily written in service to its craft. So, mga anak, please remember that creative nonfiction is literary genre that combines combination of factual storytelling with literary techniques found in fiction and in poetry. So, it aims to engage reader with true stories in compelling and imaginative way. Although the story is true or based on facts, but then again, the writer uses creativity to be engaging, okay, to be for this for this nonfiction to be compelling or imaginative for the readers. That's why he used his or her creativity for this story. Okay, next. As a genre, creative nonfiction is still relatively young and only beginning to be scrutinized with the same critical analysis. Okay, so here the example, The Night Before Christmas by Scarlett Valles. Okay, we also have The 1000 Gifts by Anne Boscom. Okay, next, science fiction. And this one is very familiar to you. Why? It is the genre of speculative fiction dealing with imaginative concepts such as futuristic science, technology, space travel, time travel, faster than light travel, a parallel universe, and extraterrestrial life. So it has something to do with the science. Okay, so often explore the potential consequences of scientific and other innovations, and it has been called as literature of ideas. Take note of this, my dear student. Science fiction is also known or can be called as literature of ideas. So examples of this are The Hunger Games, The Catching Fire, and The Mockingjay. Okay, we also have The Kingdom of Ash by Sarah Mash. Okay, so those are the works of technology and science. Next, blog. Ayan. Blog is the short term for weblog. Okay, take note of that. Blog is the short term for weblog. Weblog. So containing short articles called post. The short articles in the weblog is what we called post. So it could be changed regularly. So features of blogs. Some blogs are written by one person containing his or her own opinions, interests, and experiences, while others are written by different people. So we are familiar with the blog. Okay, last but not the least is what we call the hyper poetry. What is this hyper poetry all about? So hyper poetry is a type of poetry that is available on web page. So it is available on computer, my dear students, and which takes advantage of hyperlinks. What is this hyperlink? Hyperlink is a link from a hypertext file or document to another location or file. This is what can you see on when you are using the internet, mga anak, the HTTPS www dot. Once you click it, the blue one, once you click it, you will be redirected. Okay, you will be directed to another website which is related to what have you read or what have you read. Okay, so once you click that link, you will redirected to other website which is related to your topic. Okay. So features of hyperpoetry, the digital poetry that uses link and hypertext markup. It can either involve a set of words, phrases, lines, etc. that are presented in variables, but sit on the page much as traditional poetry does, or it contain parts of the poem that move and transform. Okay, so it is usually found online. That's why I told you a while ago that this hyper poetry can be accessed, okay, through computers because it is usually found online through CD-ROM. When I say CD-ROM, that is read-only memory or the diskette version. We have also the diskette. I don't know if you are familiar, but that is like a disk. Okay, that's why it's called diskette, maliit, a small version, wherein you can store a poetry. Okay, you can store a file. So that would be all for this lesson.